everything. Set those boundaries. Set them today. Set them intentionally. Set them purposely. Manifest them. Whatever you got to do, get them boundaries going, my love. Get them boundaries going. Hey guys, and welcome back. How are you guys doing? It's been forever since I actually sat down and talked to you guys, but you know that I could not let mental health awareness month go by without having a conversation. Now, first of all, I'm gonna put this out there. It is hot as fuck, okay? So I got on my shades because it's hot. I'm trying to make it seem like it's making me cool down, but it really not. All right, anyway, y'all. So first and foremost, before we start anything, I want you to give yourself a enormous hug. You ready? Let's go. Love on yourself. Rub your back. Just give yourself some love, guys. Love on yourself. Congratulations. I love you. I appreciate you. I cherish you. I'm learning to accept and understand you. You know, we really forget to do that to ourselves. And I'm telling you that if you take the moment to do that for yourself, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times out the day, you just don't know how far that can really take you and how much that can help with your mental health, right? First and foremost, I want to say rest in peace to all the victims, all the families of the victims who were slayed over this past weekend with the Buffalo shooting. There was also another shooting in Texas. There was also another shooting in California. Like, y'all, that leads me, first of all, let's take a moment of silence for those people. And I'm so sorry, but that's going to lead me into my discussion. So, with all that we constantly see every single day, right? Because we don't get a day without it. Just because it doesn't make it to national news does not mean that it's not constantly pushed on us through social media and things like that. And constantly seeing someone killed and slayed, and constantly seeing, if you're a Black person, the injustices that we have to continue to go through to navigate and live on this fucking planet is enough to send anyone into some type of mental health disarray. You understand? That trauma of continuously seeing it, knowing that you can't do anything about it, knowing that you can only pray that it doesn't happen to someone to yourself or someone close to you or anything like that, knowing that it's not gonna stop. You get what I mean? Like, that's enough to make you just literally like bug the fuck out. I know it is for me. You know, no matter your practices, I know it is for me. It's stressful. It's stressful as fuck, y'all. So listen, I completely understand anyone right now, because I believe that everyone is dealing with mental health, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes. So, yeah, as a Black person, I'm gonna speak frank and just say I'm tired of it. Like, who's not tired of it, right? But I'm tired of it, and I'm tired of it always being justified or trying to be justified in some type of way. You get what I mean? Like, there's no justification for any of this. The problem is that the NRA has their hands and their money in a whole bunch of political people's pockets, okay? And we know America don't run for nothing but green. That's all America cares about. If you guys hear noise, I'm outside, as you can see, but that's all they care about is green. So if the green speaks enough, you can bet your bottom dollar that someone else that you're paying will sing. We're gonna leave it there. I want to say the most important part of mental health is, first and foremost, being honest with yourself that your mental is not okay, and it's okay to not be okay. You understand? Literally all those things I said, plus a whole bunch more, because we're not going into that. But it makes sense why our mentals are strained. It makes sense why we're struggling every fucking day. It makes sense why we have depression, why we have anxiety, why some of us go through suicidal thoughts, why some of us feel like we're unworthy, some of us feel like we're unloved. Like, it makes sense that this is where we are, you know, and there's not a lot of help to help us change it. If you live in a family because a lot of us just survive. That's what we know how to do. I'm just going to survive through it. It doesn't mean I'm okay. It doesn't mean that I'm learning. It doesn't mean I'm healing from it. It just means, oh my God, I survived through it. That's it. You get what I mean? Like, I'm okay because I survived through it. No. Survival is tapped out. that armor is tapped out. That force field is tapped out. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I cannot simply just wake up every day to survive through the day. Like, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. It actually makes me sadder. It actually makes me more depressed. It actually gives me more anxiety because I'm like, what the fuck? I'm supposed to be able to survive through this. But you're not. You're not supposed to be able to survive through it. It's not supposed to be something that's like, okay, I can get through this. No. I mean, it's great to have survival, but it's not fun or it's not healthy to live in survival mode 24/7. Not alone. Everyone is struggling. Just because a person does not show it, just because a person, I guess you guys would say doesn't act like it, it does not mean that they're not struggling mentally. A lot of us operate from what I just spoke about, survival mode. So if I'm constantly operating out of survival mode, then there's no way I can show you that I'm not mentally okay, because I've already put on my mask and armored up and put on my suit to go out there and, get into the fight, whatever that fight is that day, to make sure that I don't come home in pieces, right? So you're not alone. You're not alone. I'm struggling. I promise you that someone else in your family is struggling. Your parents are probably struggling. They just don't know how to find the comfort or the courage or the acceptance in saying I'm not okay. So you're not alone, but the best thing for you to do is to learn how to be vulnerable with yourself. Do not worry about being vulnerable with anyone else on the outside, because let me tell you something. If you go into something, anything that you're struggling with, and your thing is, I'm going to be vulnerable with other people so they could treat me different, I'm telling you right now, don't put yourself through that type of headache. Do not put yourself in that type of chokehold. It's not worth it. What you have to do is you have to find a place that is safe within yourself first. Become vulnerable within yourself first. Be honest with yourself first. Do all these things for self first before you try to reach out. Therapy, that's for self, right? But we're going to get into that later. But yeah, find a space that is safe within you. Be vulnerable within you. And then once you feel like you found that comfort within being vulnerable for yourself, then I would definitely say, create a village, create a community. It doesn't have to be 50 people. I would advise that it's not even more than 5, to be quite honest with you. But I believe everyone should have 1 or 2 people that they know they can be 1000% vulnerable with, and not have to worry about how they feel because they were vulnerable. Because that's also a headache as well, right? Like, I've trusted you to tell you these things that I know I'm struggling with, and it's not your fault, but you don't know how to handle me. What I would prefer that people say is, I don't know how to handle this, instead of trying to throw on their Superman cape and act like they can, right? So yeah, we have to be vulnerable, because being vulnerable and being honest is, you guys know, always the first thing I say to change anything that you go through. Anything that you go through starts with that. It starts with you saying to yourself, you know what, my mental is not okay. And that's okay that my mental is not okay. But in that vulnerability, what you're saying is, my mental is not okay, but I'll work to do what I can to make it better, right? Right. Okay, one of the things that I love the most about COVID, not that COVID was a great thing for anybody, and rest in peace to anyone that lost anyone, or, my empathy and my sympathy is out there, because again, the way that America allowed COVID to just run amok is, we're not even going to get into that. But one of the things I love most about COVID is, I think it brought us to a place where now talking about your mental health is not such a skeptical. It's not such a, what's the word, guys? I can't think of it, but you get what I mean? It doesn't have to be such a strain. Now, it doesn't mean that we're where we're supposed to be, but we are definitely different than we were 2 to 3 years ago. If you were to tell someone 2 to 3 years ago that you were depressed, the first thing they would say, ain't nothing wrong with you, go get some pills, something like that. And I feel like because of COVID, because of people having to sit with themselves, their good selves, their bad selves, their in-between selves, because we couldn't use the distractions of constantly going outside to hang with friends, get drunk, smoke, or do any of those things, it made it where now I believe more citizens that live in America, whether you're a citizen, immigrant or not, anyway, people, I'll put it like that because I really don't care. I believe the people in America started to realize, like, holy fucking shit. Excuse my French, but we're struggling, like, we're not making it. It's not working anymore, like I said, about survival mode. So I think that COVID really helped us in that. We see so many commercials now, so many like athletes and quote unquote celebrities really being honest about their mental health, because that's another thing that people think. People think once you get money, once you reach into a certain bracket, once you get to a certain place in life, that all your problems just go away. But this right here cannot be fixed by money. Now, it can be fixed by you having the opportunity to go, visit a therapist, because therapy is freaking expensive, okay? Hopefully we get to a place where that's included into just the bare minimum of insurance as well. But yeah, so that's what the money does. But if you're still not kind to yourself, if you're still not nice to yourself, if you still are hanging around people who are not positive and who want the best for you, you can bet your bottom dollar that the money only in some ways makes it feel worse that you have money but you're not mentally okay. So I appreciate the fact that COVID gave us that kind of little chill. Matter of fact, that stop. It gave us a stop to chill so that we could focus on ourselves more, because a lot more people are being more human. We have a little bit more humanity, and it's helping us realize okay, you know what? I don't know what you're going through in your life. You don't know what I'm going through in my life. But I know that somewhere, things ain't right? So I definitely appreciate COVID giving us that. There's a lot of other horrible things that came with COVID, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the positive side. Tessie, stay on the positivity, girl. I'm trying. Okay. So, all right. That was, to me, the little benefits of COVID, that it really made us sit and think. It really made us be honest with ourselves. It really made us say, what the entire F? What the F is going on? So, yeah, my iPhone got way too hot, so I had to turn on the AC and remove the case off my motherfucking phone. When I tell you that shit was burning, it had the temperature thing, so I'm gonna try to hurry up before it gets back to hot, right? So where were we? All right. I think that mental health will always be something that we struggle with. I think that it's been here. We didn't acknowledge it. We've now accepted it and we acknowledge it. And now is the time where everyone is just going to come out and start being honest about where they struggle mentally. I think that that's an amazing thing. I think that it was a disservice to us to even operate as robots in the first place. We didn't have mental health problems. You get what I mean? It made us all seem like we were all put together, all perfect, all okay, when in reality, our outside may not have been crumbling, but internally, oh no, internally shit was not good. And I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. So I'm actually happy. I'm one of the people that's actually happy that we got to a place where now mental illness and mental health is always an important part of the conversation. I'm really happy about that. So since I'm talking about vulnerability and being honest and stuff, I will give my story of how I've been depressed for more than a decade. And because I was so used to always just going and operating and keeping it moving, and today is Monday, but today is Tuesday, and tomorrow is Wednesday. You get what I mean? I was just on a go. I was on autopilot. And I really didn't know how to take myself off. But I have been the worst type of depressed person. For me, is a functional depressed person. Anytime you can put functional in front of anything, it's always worse, because what happens is most of the time when people have mental illnesses or their mental health is not okay, it kind of seems that we slow down and stop. But like I said, when you don't stop, you don't know. And because you don't know, you can't change. And because you can't change, you can't help yourself. So I have been depressed for a long time. And I really didn't even know it was depression. I'm not laughing, but I know a lot of people deal with this. I didn't even know I was depressed. I'm okay, well, why are you sad? Okay, well, why don't you have motivation? Okay, why aren't you inspired? Okay, why is it that you go and you exhaust yourself and empty out your cup and empty out your tank, trying to keep this face on and this front and everything for these people, and when you go home, you're completely depleted, guys, completely. You know what I mean? I'm on some staying up insomnia, couldn't go to sleep, wasn't eating, wasn't doing anything with my day. I was literally waking up. Well, actually, I was going to sleep at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. in the morning. I was waking up by 12, 1 p.m. What can you do with that? There's no day there. Then I would go take a shower. Maybe I would change my clothes. I'm just being completely honest. Maybe I would change whatever clothes I was lounging in if it was a good day, a good enough day to take a shower. If it wasn't a good enough day where I could find the energy or the motivation to shower, then I would probably just mope around on my couch, and I would here I am. My favorite friend was the freaking remote control, y'all. boom, boom, boom. That was my joint. Like, I had Netflix and Hulu and movie. Like, guys, I was doing nothing with my life. Nothing. I wanted to do YouTube. I couldn't find it. I wanted to work out. I couldn't find it. I wanted to go be social with friends. I found it, but then, like I said, when I would go be social with friends, because they were dumping everything on me because I thought I was being a good friend. I thought I was being a good friend, but that's another video. They were dumping everything on me thinking I'm being a good friend, and I'm never giving them anything back. You know, I'm keeping it light. I'm making them laugh because I want to feel good too. So making them feel good makes me feel good. Y'all know I talked about that all the time. I'm a people pleaser. I'm trying to work through it. But I wasn't doing anything with my life, which continued to keep me in the loop of feeling sad, continue to keep me in a loop of depression, continue to keep me in a loop of anxiety, because I wasn't changing anything. I wasn't changing anything. And I'm aware when you're in those moments, when that helmet of depression and anxiety and all of that is draped around you and your blanket, you can't move, right? You found the little bits of energy that you have to even flip the damn TV and find a good show. That's all you got. So right now, I'm still dealing with depression, right? I'm still dealing with anxiety. I'm still dealing with the people pleasing. Like, I'm still dealing with my mental health, which is why I don't post as much as I should. I should post a lot more. I should be more honest like this. But I struggle with vulnerability. I'm a Scorpio. So I struggle with that. I don't mind being vulnerable to myself, but I don't like being vulnerable, you know, for other people to see. I don't really like that. Like, it's a scary thing for me because, just real quick, vulnerability is the like gateway to people knowing what's going on with you and what and things like that. And sometimes when people have such information, it's a very scary place because you don't know. I'm also a Scorpio who doesn't trust. Every Scorpio doesn't trust. But you get what I'm saying? So that's my story, guys, and I'm still dealing with it now. The only thing that I do different now is I at least try. You know, a few years ago I wasn't even trying. You know. I was just like, another sad day, another day I ain't gonna eat, I'm so sad. Like, I was literally just sitting there every day letting myself be sad. Wow. But it changes, guys, and that's what this conversation is about. That's what this video is about. It changes. But you have to be the one to change. So, like I said earlier, because of life and trauma, if you don't know what to do with that, if you don't know where to place it, if you don't know how to get help, it's going to continue to be that cycle. And that cycle doesn't break, man. It really doesn't. Then I don't know if you guys are like me, but like, if I start feeling bad, I don't feel bad just for today. You know, I start to think about everything that I've been through. Why this person do this to me? Why did I let this person? It goes crazy in this here head. I know my head looks little, but it goes crazy in here. So yeah, like, life and trauma is also not something that we can get away from. We are trying. Everybody's on their mental health journey right now, and I commend all of us. We're all trying to heal because this shit is not fucking easy, right? But when you start to heal, you start to realize how many people around you are fucking toxic, and you're just like, what the fuck? So now I will say this, which is what I was just saying, guys. No matter how hard it is certainly obtainable. It is certainly achievable, if that's the right way. Y'all know I can't speak, whatever. To change these things. But like I just said, you have to change it. You have to change it. If you don't do something that helps you feel a little bit different, it won't change at all. So are we always going to have mental health struggles? Of course we are. Of course we are, because we're humans. Say it with me. We are humans. So we're always going to have some mental health struggle or whatnot, whatever. But there is a way for you to not let your mental health control you. You know, you have to give that space and that time for your mental health. Maybe every Wednesday is your mental health day. You literally just check in with yourself. And how am I feeling today, Tessie? You know what? When I woke up this morning, I had a lot of anxiety, but I got up, I did this, I did that, and it helped my anxiety come down. Check in. You have to check in with yourself. We're always trying to be good mates and good friends and good kids and good everything else, co-workers and all that. But check in with yourself. When's the last time you asked yourself, how are you feeling? When's the last time you asked yourself, how are you doing? When's the last time you asked yourself to maybe try to narrow it down to find a reason why you feel the way you feel? You have to do that, guys. You have to check in with yourself, right? So now, y'all know one thing about me. I love to teach. That's what I like to do because I like to be taught. So I feel like knowledge is never given to you for you to lock it down in a cage and keep it. Knowledge is given to you so that you can spread with people so that we can all become better versions of ourselves. So let's get into it. Like you just heard me say, I had to find things that would make me feel better, right? So my thing to you is, guys, create 5 hobbies. 5 things. And I know you got it. You just got to pay attention to yourself and you just got to sit there and let it come to you, right? 5 things, 5 hobbies that you know that when your mental is not okay that day, you can tap in and do. So for me, I love yoga. Woo! A girl love yoga, okay? I love it. I love the stretch. I love seeing my body be in these places. I love the breathing. I love that because not only does yoga work on my physical being, it's awesome. Woo! I'm getting hyped, y'all. It's awesome for my mental. That also would be working out. You know, working out for me, because your girl knows she thick and I love it, okay? So I don't be working out to lose weight. I literally be working out to lessen this, to give this a break, you know, to give this some peace, to let this know that I am not insane. I am sane, but there are just some things that are not gelling or clicking or coming together. So create the hobby. So for me, it's working out and yoga. There's journaling. I love journaling. I've showed you guys the prompt books that I've used in many videos. Get that pen, get that pencil, get that freaking piece of paper and write. That's the one thing, the one space that you can write. You can curse as much as you want. You can write as much as you want, as long as you want. You can write what you want. It is yours. Do not give yourself the experience to understand what journaling is and how important it is for our mental health. Journal, guys. Even if you go to write to TJ Maxx. I go to TJ Maxx and I'll go every 2 months or whatnot, because normally when I go, I stack up on my journals. Them journals are like $5. I know you got $5. I know you got $5. I know you do. You got $5. Go there, or even just get you a piece of paper. Just a piece of paper, a piece of computer paper, and literally just jot down your thoughts. Because here's the thing, guys. If we don't get it out of here, it stays there. It stays. And we think, oh, I'll get over it. No, it stays. And if you're like me, I'm an overthinker, which means I make it stay even longer, right? So it stays. And when we can't get it out, it turns into hurt, because we're already hurt, right? It turns into then pain and anger, and just now we're mad at the world. You know, I'm mad because I had a friend who didn't treat me right, so guess what? I ain't letting none of y'all motherfuckers be my friends. No. The best thing for me to do, baby, is get that pen, get that piece of paper. You know what? I had a friend and she didn't treat me the way I wanted to be treated, but I have faith and I will manifest that a right friend and a good friend is coming for me. Get it out, guys. That's yours. That's your space. Get it out. Another thing I like to do is you have to go outside. Now, when I'm going through my most depressive modes and I can't see outside, and I'm trying to get to a place that when I do feel that low, that I purposely come outside. Because something about hearing nature, something about seeing and feeling the wind, something about feeling and seeing the sun, something about seeing other people sometimes really helps us. Like, it really helps us get out of our own freaking head. It helps us take a breather from our own problems. So going outside is also super important to me. I love to cook. Cooking, your girl, you know your girl cooks. That's also good for me. I love that as a hobby, because when I cook, I never like to be angry, because I'm a firm believer that the energy in which you're stirring up that motherfucking pot, if you ain't feeling good, that's going into that food. And I don't know about you, but I like my food to taste good. I like it to look good, taste good, feel good when you eat it and digest it. So I don't have time to not feel good while I'm trying to feed people and myself. So that's a good one. I've picked up reading. Reading is also great for the mind, because whatever genre you're into reading, whether it be horror, thriller, whether it be romance, whether it be crime, history, it doesn't matter. Whatever genre you find to read, you can bet that in those 30 minutes to an hour, you're not thinking about anything else but what's on those pages. pages. I'm sorry. You're thinking about the words or the letters that have been put together to create words that have been written or typed or whatever to put on this page for you to read it, digest it, and take it in. Or take it and digest it. Y'all know I talk backwards. So, reading. I wanted to add some, but now I forgot. Dang. Oh, find you a podcaster. So many people have a podcast, and I'll be starting my podcast before the end of this year, so look out for that as well. I'm gonna try, guys. No, I am gonna get it done. I've made that promise to myself already. But yeah, so what I was about to say? Yeah, find you a podcaster that you listen to. There are people out here who do 5-minute podcasts. 5 minutes. And you get your tea, you get your feel good, and you go. You know what I mean? Podcasts are really all about information because they're so relatable. You know, to just listen to someone talk about what they're going through and how they got through it and things like that. It's very inspirational as well. So guys, I just gave you 5 things. If you don't like those 5 things, find something else. But come up with 5 things that you know that you can do to make yourself feel better when you're having a not so well mental day. Also, make sure that you're kind to yourself during your mental days. Like, we need to be kinder to ourselves. We're so aggressive. We're so hard. We're so like, get it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not always what we need. There are a lot of times that we need a lot of softness. We need a lot of patience, a lot of understanding, a lot of just calmness, grace for ourselves. And I'm speaking to myself when I'm saying this, but I know some of y'all don't give it to yourselves neither. We just gonna be honest about that. So find those hobbies and find a way to be nicer to yourself. As a matter of fact, from the day forth when you see this video, wake up every day and say 5 kind things to yourself. 5. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am smart. I am loved. And I am important. 5 things. Say it out loud in the mirror every single morning. You can say it while you're brushing your teeth, washing your face. God damn it. Say it while you're washing your hands, but it doesn't matter. Say it out loud. Out loud. Okay? In that mirror. And look at you looking back at yourself when you're saying it. Tell me that didn't make you feel better. All right. Got a little hype. Got a little hype, y'all. Now, let's get into this. This is literally, I know it's at the end, but it's literally my favorite thing. Another thing that we have to learn how to do, guys, is release and let go. Woo! Say it again, Tessie. Release and let go. When I tell y'all that is one of the most important things to changing your life and your mental health is to release and let go. Release it and let that shit go, y'all. I don't care what she said. I don't care what he did. Remove them. Release what you feel they made you deal with and let that shit go. Let it go. Bye-bye. What's that? This is about our mental health. So we don't have time to keep on keeping tabs on what this other person did to us. Release that shit and let it go. You know what? I didn't really like that you did that. But you know, I understand that is what you did. So what I'm going to do for future references is I'm going to cut ties. I'm going to go about my way. You going about your way. And I'm going to go ahead and keep on moving on with my life. Which brings me to setting boundaries. Y'all, what are your boundaries? What are your boundaries? What do you not waver on? What do you not allow to cross that line? What are your boundaries? I didn't have none. I'm be honest. I ain't have no boundaries. I thought that if I showed people, you know, if I treated people good, they'd treat me back better. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was working on. I thought if I told people also, you know, I don't really like when you do that. That was me setting a boundary, but I was not enforcing it. I wasn't enforcing it. I was like, I don't like when you do that. Oh, okay, they did it again? No. Set your boundaries and don't forget to enforce them. Because what boundaries tell you and that other person is, I'm not going to deal with it. Of course they're not going to like it. They shouldn't like it. That's why the boundary is being set. Because since they don't know how to act, they cannot come over into your square, into your circle, into your peace, into your life. They can't come over here because they don't know how to honor the boundaries. But what happens is we don't know how to enforce them. So you can't be mad and say, why my friend do that? You didn't enforce them, baby. You didn't enforce them. You didn't tell this friend, girl, I'm not dealing with that. And when she looked like she couldn't understand you, you didn't get up and walk away. You didn't enforce them. Enforce your boundaries, guys. Your boundaries are literally yours. They're your peace. They're your happiness. They're your understanding. They're your clarity. My God, guys, they are everything. They are everything. Set those boundaries. Set them. Set them today. Set them intentionally. Set them purposely. Manifest them. Whatever you got to do, get them boundaries going, my love. Get them boundaries. They're yours to have. And like I said, anybody that's not able to, go through that, whatever. Okay, shit. Bye, girl. All right. Get them boundaries going, y'all. All right, guys. So I am back. I had to come in the house because it was way too goddamn hot outside. I had to get me some water. I had to cool down. But I wanted to share something with you guys that I do that has definitely helped me transform my mental health. So here goes. All right. So one of the things also that help is to just be consistent, guys. Every week I write 10. This is something that I try to make sure that I do. So I'm just going to throw some out here right now so you can see them. You don't need to see my big belly. So like, are you ready? What habits can I eliminate to help me move forward? That's a really good one. How can I shut the voice up in my head? Like I literally just write whatever is important, whatever I'm struggling with that day. What are you afraid of? You know what I mean? As you can see on the back, it says week 3. I have taken on to do this for myself for a while. Work hard in silence and let success make the noise. There are so many of them, so I'm not going to read all of them. I will try to place some out on my vanity right now so that you can see how many I've done. I made it fun, so I just got all different, like, you know what I mean, colors of Post-its, and I come in here. Follow me on TikTok. I'm at my TikTok right now. I go on TikTok. I burn my sage. I light my candle. Okay. Sometimes I have crystals, and I just vibe out. I listen to any type of music I want to. Sometimes I listen to a podcast while doing it. Whatever you can pick up, whatever different habit. Remember, we talked about those habits. Create this habit, guys. This is you spending 30 minutes alone with yourself to make sure that you feel better. This is an amazing one. Sorry. Change your mindset. Remember, if you do not change your life, if you do not make the choices, to take a chance, there we go, to change your life, it won't change. It feels impossible, but it's not. One thing it is hard because you have to make sure that you stay disciplined and dedicated to doing it. All right, guys, so I cannot obviously put all of these down, but as you can see, there are so many. I did some on courage, on being afraid. I've done some on success. I've done some on mistakes. I've done some on self. Sometimes I go on Google. Sometimes I go on Google. Like, don't let your ego get in the way of your opportunity. Everything I write is personal. Every single thing you're learning. Be patient. Like, they don't stop. They don't stop. There's one I have that's like, stop putting so much pressure on yourself. How many of us can use this? Stop putting so much pressure on yourself. The more that we try to be perfect, the more that we keep trying to fit into these boxes, the more that we think we do what society needs us to do, the more and the hectic it becomes. Too noisy in our head. We're not hearing ourselves. We're hearing everybody else. We're thinking about what everybody else is thinking. All right, so as I said, you see these stats? They don't stop. I've been doing this. This is one thing I've stayed consistent with. And I just want to offer that same advice to you. Offer that same chance to know that you can do small things that can make you feel mountains better. Listen, another great one. Sometimes letting go is the only way to heal. We talked about that. Release and let go. This is for us. It's not about what people think about us. It's about what we think about ourselves. Turn y'all up. It's about what we think about ourselves. It's how we feel about ourselves. That is the most important part of mental health. We have got to get everybody else out of our brain. We have to stop thinking all these thoughts. We have to stop submerging ourselves in all these negative emotions and all this negative energy. We can't change people, but the one thing we can change is ourselves. So all that amount of work that you're putting in to make somebody else hear you, see you, appreciate you, love you, and try, put that back on yourself. Come do something like this positive for yourself. Anybody get a marker? You can get a marker from Dollar Tree. You can get a marker from Dollar Tree. I brought a pack that came, I think, 2 different rows of these colors, and that's it. That's what gave me all this beautifulness. Let me show. All right, so like I said, I don't even have enough space on my vanity because I have so many things on my vanity as well. But anytime I'm thinking anything, vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up when you can't control the outcome. I had one up here the other day that said, don't get so attached to the outcome. Look, y'all, it's doable. Will it take time? It will. But do this for yourself. Love on yourself. Start off with saying 10 kind things about yourself. Remember I said say 5 in the morning? Well, say 5 every morning. Well, start to get that Post-it, right? And that Sharpie, and just come jot 10 positive things about yourself. All of us have positivity inside of us. All of us have amazing things that we're great at. Some of us are just great beings. As a matter of fact, all of us are great beings if we can stay out of our head. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm sorry that I didn't have something that can show you what every last one of them say. If that's something that you would appreciate or like, just leave a comment down below and I'll do a video strictly about my affirmations and the process of how I got here. Well, I kind of said that already, but the process of how I got here and how I made this important to me. It's important to me. All right, so I just wanted to say it's important because I'm going to close up. It's important to me because 1, I know it's going to help me. And 2, it's mine. You know, like I'm writing this for myself. I'm writing this for what I know I need help with. I'm writing this so that I can see it and understand where I'm at and understand that this is my journey and my growth to get me where I want to be. So we have to find things like that is ours. We don't need a mate to do it. We don't need a friend. We don't need our parents. We don't need nobody. It is ours, and it pours back into us. Because another thing is, we can't constantly keep waiting for people to pour into us. That's not gonna happen. They're not gonna pour into us. They've already poured out to give what they can get out of us. They're not coming back to pour in. They're normally coming back to pour some more out. I'm just gonna be honest. So I love this. It's colorful, it's loud, it's Tessie, all right? And when Tessie comes in here, this is her moment. And Tessie writes what she's struggling with. Tessie writes what she's proud about. Tessie does what she's proud for herself for. Tessie does what is important to Tessie. And just in this moment, I'm having like a realizing how committed I actually stayed to this. Like, I stayed that committed. It's only 10 a week. It's only 10 a week. And with these stacks, you know that these are definitely more than 10 on top of what I already have laying down. So guys, I really wanted to share that with you. I hope that this helps someone. I hope that this mental health video really makes someone feel related, relatable. I hope it brings out some positivity. I hope it also allows us to understand that negativity and mental health is not something to be ashamed of. We should not be embarrassed. Everyone is struggling right now. Everyone is going through it. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm here. I'm struggling, but I'm not afraid to do the work. And I think that's where the change comes. That's where the difference comes. So take care of yourself. Make sure that you work on you, by you, for you, and for your mental health. Because at the end of the day, no matter what this is given, if this ain't right, all of this won't be right. No matter what makeup, no matter what outfit you have on, no matter how much jewelry you can purchase, all those outside elements mean nothing for our internal. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If there's anything I forgot, well, how would y'all know? If there's anything else you would like to talk to, or like I said, if you want the affirmation video, I might just do one. But if you want the affirmation video, definitely leave a comment down below. Happy Mental Health Awareness Month, guys. Take care of yourself, love on yourself, cherish yourself, understand yourself, and last but not least, accept yourself. Once you accept yourself, nobody else can tell you what to do with you. Bye.